Christal Jordan, and this is Rolling Out's Reality Check After Dark Part 2. We are back with the second half of Are You a Ride or Die Chick? If you did not turn into the first one, we're not going to be able to catch you up. You're going to have to go back and listen to Part 1. But I have an amazing panel here tonight. This is a very authentic and candid conversation, which is why it's Reality Check After Dark, because it's all about just being honest. We have Lana Hampton, Sypreme Essence, and Casey Mills. We're in a conversation about what constitutes a ride or die chick, and then some of the consequences that happen to women while being a ride or die chick. Lana is preparing actually to go serve 39 months in prison. Sypreme has served 3 different times, and she's talked a little bit about how all of those times were in relationship to a guy, doing something for a guy, doing something with a guy, for or with a guy. And even though in the last situation you mentioned that the guy actually kind of set you up in a way, or kind of put you in a position that would put you in harm, correct?
Yes, we were being set up, but he had a feeling we were being set up, so instead of him making the transaction, he had me do the transaction. And while he did McDonald's, and they jumped out on me, and he got away, but when he went to go see his parole officer, because he was being watched, they knew what time it was, he got arrested at the parole office, like about, I think a week later or whatever.
Wow. Now I want to ask both of you guys, at the time, because we know that a lot of things are cyclical and generational, if you see things, it's hard to break away from them, even if it's something that you don't like. You just don't know what else is there. But at the time that when it happens, and you get caught, and you know that you have to serve time, are you thinking that you regret not turning him in or doing something with him? Because actually, you mentioned you still, to this day, you still don't want to not be loyal.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with that, because I feel like that's who I am. You know, if you come to me, and like I said, if I mess with you, or like you say, if I fucks with you, dude, I mean, it's a very thin line for me. Like, I still can never pick up the phone and call the police on you. I am a work in progress, because my attorney said this to me, and I will never forget it. He was like, you cannot straddle the fence. Either you're going to be a law-abiding citizen, or you're going to be in the streets for the rest of your days. But when you straddle the fence, it's like, you can't serve 2 guys. You can't. You're going to have to pick. And at that point, when you pick, you got to never look back, because you're going to always be in these situations. And I really didn't understand that. Even, he gave me a scenario, and it's set with me. He said, if you and your friend are riding in the car and she hits someone, even though you're in the car, you go home and she go home. You never said nothing, she never said nothing. But guess what? The camera picked it up, they picking her up, you was in the car, you just said, you're just as responsible and liable. I'm still struggling with that. I go to counseling, me and my psychologist, they're trying to figure out why I can't break that. And again, I don't know, it may happen after these 39 months. I might change it up, but I did 5.5 years. I'm still the same person. I'm doing these 39 months. Y'all just pray for me.
Well, we're believing that we're really going to break, because timing is everything. But one of the things that you said, and actually Sypreme kind of referenced it also, you said, if you hit me, I'm still not going to call the police on you, right? So even if a guy is violent to you, even if a situation happens where you're hurt, you're not. You mentioned actually hitting a guy over the head with a bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in those situations the violence went both ways. That's one of the things that we kind of haven't talked about, but usually goes along with those situations, is domestic violence. And still a woman feeling like, if I tell on him, even if he hurt me, I still need to be loyal to that.
Can't explain it.
Can you speak to
I was, in my situation, I didn't tell, I was loyal to the streets, because I know the street code. When you're out there and you're selling drugs, you know where the connect is, you do not tell. That's just what comes with the territory. It wasn't more so him, but what came with that. Even to the time I got out, when I came home, this dude approached me. It was like he was watching you. I'm just gonna let you know, if you ever want anything, we got you. But we was watching you to see, and that really shook me. Because I was up in a bar when this dude came up to me. and told me that they was watching me, waiting to see if I was gonna tell or not. You know what I'm saying? So it was more to the streets I was loyal. I'll tell you right now, I'll say in front of everybody, don't do nothing around me. Not telling. Too much to lose, straight up.
Right.
I got too much to lose, and I'm not losing what I build and who I become for nobody. I would never ever compromise myself for no one ever again in life. No, my child, no man, nothing.
Well, I'm gonna put on my prison list, I'm not
You
gonna
better.
call.
We want you to get to that
You have to
position.
change, yes, because I had enough, and I built an empire, and I have a legacy to leave for my family, and I'll be damned if I let the streets take anything back away from me ever again, and you gotta get to that point, and you will get to that point.
We believe that she is gonna get to
You
that
are
point.
gonna get to that point.
She is gonna get to that point. I want you to share a little bit more because it was just really, I think God that I was reached out to about you when we were having this conversation because like I said, you have a story to tell on the other side.
Right.
So how were you able to go from being in this place that Lana's in right now to where you are, to where you're saying, I have enough, I have a child, I have this, because you had a child
I
initially.
have 3 sons.
So the children aren't, that's what I think sometimes we forget. We think that the child is enough. A child is not enough if you don't love yourself. So tell us how you were able to what happened in your life that was able to take you from there
And
to
I
where
have
you are
4,
now.
by the way. I have 4 kids, but I never equated that anything that I did affected them. I felt like I was providing for them. So therefore, what I was doing wasn't a consequence behind it. You know, it wasn't wrong, because guess what? You want those Jordans, you want this, you want that, they have those things. So in my mind, until things started happening, it was like, now my family's broken, my kids aren't together, they're crying, they're upset, I gotta sit down and have conversations. I didn't really understand the detriment. So, go back to that.
When I locked up, what made me change was literally, I believe in the law of attraction. I do now, because I learned that while I was in prison. I literally was like, I need to find out, I need to go within, let me rewind. Once I stopped blaming my circumstance, the reason why I was going through on other people, mainly my parents. My parents were drug addicted. And I grew up, like, the streets raised me. I grew up during the crack epidemic when we started running up the cars and selling drugs. I was like mad young. I was like maybe 12, 13 years old. Selling drugs, running up to cars up in the projects. So my parents were drug addicted, and I always used to be so angry as an angry child because I wanted to live with my mother all the time. But she was sick at the time, and I just didn't understand why I had to live with my grandmother or stay with other people. So that used to really piss me off, and I used to be real angry. So once I did my last bid in 2010, I swear, I just said, I forgive everyone that I feel that got wrong with me. I forgive everyone, but I forgive myself because I was blaming myself for leaving my children. And just the cycle was a revolving door with me. Come in prison. It's not cute. And I just was like, I was known as that chick in the street that I was so loyal because I would never tell. I just kept getting busted for the same thing and not telling. So once I stopped blaming my drug addicted parents, I stopped blaming the murder I witnessed on the reason why I'm bugged out. Once I stopped blaming people, it's like I felt a shift in my body. I felt the shift. And then I started practicing the law of attraction. And the law of attraction basically is what you think about is drawn to you. So if you think about fear, you're going to be fearful all the time. You think about like mayhem's going to come to your life. You got to start thinking really positive to draw what you want into your life. And then I started seeing it work in my life. I'll get a visit, someone will pop up. Just things in my mind I would write down. Even the lifestyle I'm living right now, to the money I make, I didn't know I was doing credit here, but to the money I make and the lifestyle I'm living, my office in the sky on the 18th floor in Buckhead, I envisioned my life while I was locked up. I wrote down a whole bunch of things I want to accomplish. I'm just accomplishing them every single minute of the day. From having a publicist to rocking with people that I rub shoulders with, even my clients, I still love my clients. So it's like, I brought this lifestyle to myself because I changed my way of thinking. So once you're able to grasp that and you'll start to see the beauty that comes out of that, you're never going to go back to this because you're going to gain so much more from life. You could be to have anything in your life because it's your birthright. We're
smart woman, trust me. But I just, like, that's the only thing that keep messing me up,
So
because
this has anything to do with being smart.
Yeah, it's
And I think
just-
that's also a way of like,
I'm a nerd.
you telling
me
yourself
too.
there's something
I
wrong
have some
with me.
excuses that I
There's something wrong with me, that's why I'm doing this. And it's another thing that puts your focus on other people, because you're just thinking there's something wrong with me. So we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that mentality. I think this is powerful. I'm thankful that you accepted and you came. I'm thankful that you came today. And I hope that this will help other women that are watching. Before we're gonna get ready to end with Facebook, and we're gonna talk with the women that are here. We have a live audience of women that we're gonna be talking to, but I want to be able to turn off the cameras in a minute and just be really, open and honest and let people talk and let healing happen. I want each of you guys to kind of leave a message with women that are watching that may be going through this, may be in a situation, may feel, because I know that you feel, a lot of times, even if it's not a street situation, a lot of times women just feel like they have to do things for others before they do for themselves. That is something I think we're taught as little girls, So I'm going to ask and start with KC and just ask you guys to give a message to women out there that may be watching, that may be struggling with that, whether it's a mother putting her kids and her husband in front of her, or it's a girl putting a guy in the street in front of her, or a girl is putting a guy in another situation because he's providing for her, and she doesn't feel like she has the ability to do that for herself.
I think first and foremost, there's a miscommunication about what loyalty is, because it's always me, you're not loyal to me, but then that excludes you, yourself as a person, and whether you're loyal to the streets, which is methodical, like it's in theory, but the streets can't really do anything for you, or it's to a person, whatever the case may be, you don't always grasp the meaning or the understanding of what loyalty is, so you then exclude yourself, and you do that so much in a sense to it's easy to override the importance of you. So I would say to everyone that you need to focus on you, and it's okay to be selfish, and it's okay to put yourself first, and it's okay to heal yourself and think about things that you need, and a lot of us don't do that. Women don't do that because we have to be the strong force. We have to handle it. We have to take it all. Like you said, tears in your eyes, and you're going, I'm okay. So I think first and foremost, get rid of that unbalanced theory of what loyalty is, and know that it's okay for you to be the priority. And once you get to that point, it's easier to heal, and it gets easier. It's hard. You said you're struggling. It's hard, but if you do it a little bit at a time, and that's with anybody out there in the world, no matter what your situation is, like you said, the man first, or the streets, or whatever the case may be, if you do it a little bit over time and inch yourself closer to being your priority, then you get to the point where you can stand tall and you are enough. And I think that that's so very important.
You are the 5 people that you hang around with. So basically what that means is you have to surround yourself with positive energy, positive people that's getting it right. They not necessarily have to have a lot of money or materialistic things, but they have to be able to speak life into you. Surround yourself with those who speak life into you. Do not surround yourself around people who only talk about their problems, because then that's going to lead you to start talking about your problems, and then that's going to fester, and that's where I talk about the energy. The problems are going to just keep coming and coming and coming. Don't stop blaming people. Take responsibility. We all have an equal opportunity in this world to be better people. And I say that because no matter how you grew up, you are responsible for the monster that you become, and that's how you choose to live. And when you learn, spread the love, spread the knowledge. Knowledge is free. Don't be afraid to tell somebody where you got your wig from. Hey, let people know. Don't hold stuff in. Share with your sister, your brother. Lift them up. If you see them down and out, speak life into them.
I guess mine would be, know your worth, love yourself, and even though you might be a work in progress, just understand that self-love is always going to dominate over everything. If I love myself and knew some self-worth, then I probably wouldn't even be in this position. However, because I'm giving it to someone else, if you need help, ask for help. Do not affiliate, like you said, with people that are negative, Hospice people will always take you, and if you need clinical help, please seek that as well.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, because some things are really beyond just going and hollering at your girlfriend or a guy friend that's cool with you. Sometimes psychologically, there's some things that maybe you don't even understand what's going on with you. So I said, seek professional help, don't be embarrassed about it. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. I'll take some medication, what you want. But again, not an advocate of medication, work out, do other things. But talking is good. Even if you have to vent for an hour, if that person loves you and care about you, you can vent for an hour. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to sit here and be like, I'm tired of calling. They're going to pick up the phone, they're going to call. But guess what? Get help.
That's huge, and I think a lot of times we think that talking to somebody, they don't want to hear that. I don't want to bring them down. But if that person is really your friend, I think that's kind of how you can, genuinely who really fuck with you and who don't. Like, you can feel that. This person is here because of what's going on around me. This person is here because they really love me. So I have a very, very small circle, like it's super small, but I know those people in my circle care about me outside of what's going on at Rolling Out, outside of what's going on with celebrity clients. They don't care about that. And the people that I know that do care about that, I kind of keep them at arm's length. I'll smile at them, but I don't invite them into my personal space because they don't really care about my welfare. They care about what I'm doing that benefits them.
What they can get.
What they can get. I want to say that I appreciate you guys being here because we live in an era where women say they support each other, right? So you see a lot of women that will support each other and promote. I'm supporting you, but in the meantime, buy my book or sign up. And none of these women said that to me. Sypreme did not say anything about support what I'm doing or push out my product, and I appreciate you being authentic. Casey as an author has not brought up her books one time. So I'm going to be a good sister to them, and I'm going to ask them to speak about their business, but I want to start by showing she's a best-selling author. And when I tell you books are good, because I'm an author myself, and I can tell another author, like, this is actually good. I called her and was like, girl, what is going on? She has books that I know everybody will be able to relate to. They're great stories. They're romance. They have a little street, and they got fun in them. It's ain't no love like a thug's love. I mean, it's real, but the books are really good. You guys, please go ask her. Her website is Casey Mills.
It's authorcasey.mills.com and social media author Casey Mills. But check me out. It's Romance with the Edge. I'm writing about these ladies and what they go through, and some win, some lose. It's exciting,
Yeah.
and it helps me connect.
Right.
And so that's the best part of it. It helps me stay relevant in the world and what's going on, because had I not been writing books, you wouldn't have extended the offer for me to be here today, and I wouldn't have met these young ladies to hear their story and feel their energy and to know that, a little bit of what I do helps someone.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll help someone choose a different path. So.
And it also it shows that, there's no such thing as a Cinderella story. Love is not perfect. Love is not black and white. You can find real people. You can find real love in situations across the board because none of us are perfect. So we can't only celebrate Barack and Michelle. Like, we have to realize that life includes us all, and all of us come from broken pieces. So that love extends to all of us. So real quick, I want to ask Sypreme Essence to tell us a little bit about your business and what you do so people can find you online.
Okay, well, first of all, I am a credit warrior. I own the business Credit Warriors. You can follow me on Instagram, Credit Warriors Inc. But most importantly, I have a book that I wrote. It's an ebook, and it's a free download, and it will help you to get your credit right. You download it from creditwarriors.org, and it has the step-by-step where you can get your life in check. I done dropped every single jewel that I could to help people. My Facebook group is Credit Warriors Inc. Each one teach one. There's about 440,000 people in that group, and they are getting it. So if you need help with your credit, go in there and download my free handbook, because you can do it yourself.
And it's free, like, y'all, please. Seriously, I know a lot of people that call themselves boss chicks. I don't know any that want to give away information for free or that make the conversation about what they do and not themselves. So I salute you for that. And I'm asking you guys, please go join the Facebook group and support this woman because, like I said, she came, she did not ask questions, she didn't even know what we were talking about, and I asked her to share her story, and she did that, and I appreciate you for that.
No.
I love you, and we're going to be here to support you. I'm not just saying that. Whatever we can do to make your time, I guess, livable, but most importantly, to help you build so that the woman that you are when you come home can join us and be up there and help somebody else.
Well, I do want to say one thing. When I needed a job, Invisible Ink management team gave me a job because I needed stuff for my PO. So I just want to say I thank them for giving me a job. I am part of Invisible Ink. And I am also a VP for Seven Figures Publications. It's a Black-owned company, and what she does, she supports Felicia Blakely. I'm sure you guys heard of the story. But she is one of the writers for It Comes From the Horse's Mouth. So all of her books come from prison women or men that's incarcerated, and she puts their story out from the actual person. Seven Figures Publication, VP there, and like I said, a management with Invisible Ink. Thank you, Carmen Simmons, Miss Simmons. Appreciate that. Install Atlanta. All of those, like I said, she's given me the opportunity, and I want to thank you.
That's awesome, sister. Support sister. We thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to have more from the audience, and then you'll be able to see those clips later on. We're going to put those on social. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Christal Jordan with your reality check after dark. Are you a ride or die chick? Hopefully the answer is yes, but in a positive way. And hopefully we as women can start to find loyalty to ourselves first, so we can offer true loyalty to those that we love. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you next Monday at 2 o'clock right here on Rolling Out.